There's a song called Scared of You, or I'm Scared of You on the last record that like the first time we played it live, it like pulled me to tears and like I almost threw up. That was the first time I'd ever performed the song, which on the record, and there's a part where I scream the word ruined over and over again, and it literally, you can hear me convulsing, and that's like real.
Wow. Just finished your set.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
It wasn't the best set we've ever played, but the way people responded, you would have never known. So it was a lot of fun.
What to you is like, okay, this wasn't like 100?
Pretty much every band on this package are very, very particular with like how tight we are during our set times. And it's like if little things happen, it's kind of hard to shake off here and there. But like I said, tonight, like all the right things went accordingly, and we did really. What's up, Matt?
What up, what up?
That's Matt from Boundaries.
Hello, Matt. When did you get into music in general?
My parents actually met because they both worked in the country music industry. My dad was head of A&R for Atlantic Records in the early 90s. And my grandfather moved to Nashville in the mid 1900s to work in the music industry. And so my mom was actually working for his publishing company that he made called API, which was Affiliated Publishers Incorporated. And my mom and dad met through that. I mean, I have memories of being in the den, and I didn't know what I was listening to, but like, my parents had some pretty big names in the country industry, like under their rosters.
Yeah.
And my dad signed John Michael Montgomery to his first ever country music deal.
Wow.
Yeah, they discovered Joe Diffie. They had Keith Urban, Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney. Probably the coolest brag is that the song "I Like It, I Love It" by Tim McGraw. My mom published that.
No shit.
Yeah, and it is
That's
now
unbelievable.
the Nashville Predators' goal song, as it has been for years, which is also pretty cool to be a degree of separation from that.
In your head, when were you like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do, like with my life.
Towards the end of high school, I was like not feeling anything academically. Like I wasn't, it sounds really snooty to be like I wasn't challenged enough, but like I was just bored with academics. Music was what I wanted to do, and senior year of high school is when Orthodox started. So that was 2012. Honestly, never anticipated having the crowds that we have at shows or people to even recognize us as a band like they do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play and tour. That just sounded like the best time in the world. Hey again, Matt.
You're good.
I just wanted to play in different cities, and if a couple people knew the words to my songs, that was like, fuck yeah, that's so cool. So that was like my goals, and our first tour was 2013.
This song goes out to Josh, goes out to Atlanta Straight Edge, Atlanta Hardcore, Atlanta fucking everything. We are Orthodox. Let's start a song out of it.
And then we kept doing it in 2014, and in 2015 we did some more, and then we just kept grinding, and then here we are. So I don't think I ever like really decided this is gonna be the long haul. It was just something that I knew. I was like, while my body is physically capable of doing this shit, I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
And here I am at 26 going on 27. I had to think about how old I was, Jesus.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Yeah. I'm 26 going on 27, still, you know, playing shows 100 days of the year.
Which do you like more, touring or like recording an album?
Oh, fuck recording. Touring is sick because it's instant gratification.
Yep.
You get to, this tour specifically has been the most fun we've ever had because it's our third straight year touring with I Am.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's our second tour we've ever done with Spite. So we love those guys already. We've known Varials for years. Literally, we're overdue to be touring with them. So we love those guys. I mean, it's literally, and of course, Dealer, they have clicked instantly with everybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just been like the most fun tour. Even if every show was shot, we would be having a blast. But we just have the benefit of like every show is bonkers.
What if it's all a lie? What could it even be?
Shows are crazy, the energy's insane, instant gratification.
Yep.
If you fuck up, you're on to the next word immediately, nobody knows.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. My voice cracks every single night. Doesn't bother me, just because it's a show.
Right.
It is what it is.
And you're doing hundreds of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if I move enough and I sound like shit, people will be like, he sounded fine, but dude, he looked cool. You
Yep.
know, so like
Yep.
you can do that. Whereas recording is taking every bit of energy that you feed off of and you build that muscle memory from,
Yep.
and just taking it away and then taking your raw talent and ability and putting it under a microscope.
There's no like no hiding.
Yeah, there's
it's
nothing
like,
you can. It's literally, this is exactly what's going to be in people's ears. So it takes away every element that you're comfortable with, unless you're like, I know dudes who are just fucking all-stars and just knock it out of the park, and I hate them.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking
fuck
hate
those
them.
guys.
Fuck those guys!
Matt that just walked by, one of those dudes who I have to do warm-ups before every set. I literally did a warm-up after our set so I'd be able to talk to you. And he is just like walking by like do. He's gonna go in there and fucking crush his set,
Yeah,
and be fine to like yell at whoever he wants out in the parking lot later. And he's just one of those dudes that just annihilates
Right.
recordings. And I hear about it, it's like, yeah, it took like, a week and a half. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like this last record took me like a solid month and a half to get everything I wanted exactly how I wanted.
Fight back the urge. What is it worth? I dig it deeper and deeper. This goddamn dirt, becoming the presence that welcomes the hurt. In the sight you despise, now that your vision is blurred.
The style that you've been writing and the content of your lyrics, it sounds like, based on what I read, that previously your message has been more about like what you've gone through in life, right? And on this recent album, you're talking more about people that are close to you, what they're dealing with in life,
Yeah.
and have gone through. What was the catalyst, I guess, for that shift?
I have grown closer with a lot of people over the last couple of years since then, and realized how many people have been abused or assaulted, and in my case it was a lot of people that I just love dearly. Hearing some of the stories that I've heard over the years just like built a rage in me.
Yeah.
And that's what I went through personally to write it, but I know that my exact story to it doesn't matter at all in terms of the context of anybody else listening to it, because there's somebody that someone knows that's dealt with the same thing. The new record is literally just written, like the first record is written about, they're both introspective. First one is written about the mindset and how my body, I physically was affected knowing that someone was going to die or leave me.
Yeah.
And the second record was a little more hypothetical, but just the concept of it is the seed that's planted when you know someone you love has been assaulted, abused, what have you, and recognizing that, and then deciding that you want to do something about it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the gradual takeover of that obsession to where you start to think about it too much to where you're like, okay, I really want to fucking hurt this person.
Yeah.
And it is hypothetical because the last song is technically written about me killing them,
Yep.
which I haven't done yet. So, but that's more so what the spark was to answer the question.
Grip the neck of anyone who intends to do you harm. I'll make sure that they stay away from you. I'll take the beat from their hearts.
Is that like incredibly intense when you perform those songs then? Like, do you go there in your head, or are you kind of like throttling it, I guess, in order to like protect like your emotions and stuff?
It's a little different for this one than it was the last record, because the last record was triggering exact memories for me.
Yeah.
Like there's a song called Scared of You, or I'm Scared of You on the last record that like the first time we played it live, it like pulled me to tears and like I almost threw up.
Wow.
Because, and that's actually literally on the record, you hear, that was the first time I'd ever performed the song was on the record, and there's a part where I scream the word ruined over and over again, and it literally, you can hear me convulsing, and that's like real. I'm not gonna say that so many bands stage that kind of thing, and I'm not gonna act like I am actually so fucking creepy when I talk like this. I'm not.
Right.
It's me. Like that was one of those things where when it happened, I was like, I hate this, but we need to keep it.
Yep.
And the new record is not so hard to perform just because like it's just a rage, it's an anger, and that's something I already pull in with intensity.
Absolutely.
And so it hasn't been as difficult emotionally to sing those, but I think it's honestly been easier to do it just because it is built from that intensity as opposed to built from that vulnerability.
Checks out. Completely different field here. Superheroes growing up. Were you a fan of superheroes?
Growing up.
Like I was a huge Batman fan. Like I'm talking.
Batman's my favorite.
Yeah. Realistic.
Yeah.
He's realistic. You
Well-
just have to get rich. I mean, which is not easy. At least I'm not getting bit by a spider or born
Yeah.
on some fucking planet
Yeah.
who knows where, you know.
Exactly. That was always my favorite. I think the first superheroes that I don't think get considered superheroes enough is Jedis. I think Star Wars and baseball were my first two legitimate obsessions, to where I was playing baseball spring, summer, fall, and I was at the ballpark 4 to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And I was either watching SportsCenter or I had the deluxe commentary edition of the original trilogy on VHS, and I would just play that, rewind it, and play the next one. And I like straight up probably a year
Damn.
of like that with Pokemon mixed in.
Yeah. Oh.
But
really?
yeah,
Okay.
that would be what I would say is my first, like the superheroes that I was obsessed with.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Can I serve you my clothes? Can you just have to say break? The only way to survive is to hurt. But how much hurt are we meant to take? The blue turns to red. It looks no better when it's spread. I like your skin to release the sin. Trying to paint me outside with what's within. I can show you God. Just let me show you God. The only way to survive is to hurt. The only way to survive. Show me your blood, show me your blood, show me your blood. Show me your blood, show me your blood, show me your blood. Do you think your blood's as warm as mine? Do you think it was as warm as mine? What do you hope to see?
Are you currently binging any shows on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon, any of those shits?
Dexter.
Oh.
I've watched most of Dexter,
Okay.
but I never finished it.
Yep.
But then I heard about how bad the ending apparently is, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to get there.
Yeah. You have to
I've-
see how
Yeah.
shitty it is. Yeah, of
exactly.
course.
And then basically anything with Gordon Ramsay.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's the show my buddy Dom has been watching? It's like his new one, I think.
Is it the thing he did that's kind of like the new Anthony Bourdain? Like how Anthony Bourdain had From Parts Unknown?
It's like one of those cooking
Not From
challenge
Parts Unknown,
shows.
that was a Every Time I Die record. Anyways,
No, Parts Unknown. Yeah.
that's what the
Anthony
show is
Bourdain.
called?
Yeah.
Is that not also an Every Time I Die record?
I feel like it is. Yeah. Yep. Parts Unknown. From Parts Unknown. Boom. Nailed it.
And that's what the Bourdain show is?
Yeah, I believe so. Parts Unknown.
For the sake of this, we're just going
We're
to live in
gonna-
ignorance. Or you can...
No.
We can either live or crush the dream here.
Yeah, I gotta know now. Boom. Anthony Bourdain. Parts Unknown.
No
Boom.
shit. Well, if I ever get alone with the
You gotta
guys,
ask.
Every Time I Die, I gotta
Have
be
to
like,
ask.
hey, how can we tour? What about Parts Unknown?
Big Bourdain fans?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's
That's
fucking
wild.
dope. All right, some hot takes. Instant reaction when I
Lord,
say these
This is
words.
gonna get me in trouble.
Summer.
Beautiful.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Don't know.
You don't listen.
I know who he is.
Yeah, but you don't listen to him?
I'm sure I've heard a song of his that I liked.
Yeah, but you don't listen to him?
But I never really listened.
Yeah, but you don't listen to him?
Everything I said, messing with your head.
Almond or oat milk?
Almond with cereal,
Oh,
oat with coffee drinks.
R&B.
Oh, phew, baby.
Love it?
Oh, dude. D'Angelo is one of my all-time favorite artists. Daniel Caesar has been a
yes.
recent obsession of mine. The new Mac Miller records, rest in peace.
Has some
Oh my
vibes, yeah.
God, dude. Divine Feminine and Swimming and now Circle. Ugh.
In-ear headphones or over-the-ear?
In ear when listening, over the ear when playing.
Last question. What does the future look like for Orthodox?
We have a really cool tour coming up in the summer that I am so excited about, and I cannot say anything on the record about it,
Yep.
but it's
Suspending all travel.
Worst percentage drop since America. Be anxious.
Fate has decided that you can't stay. So push.